Hello guys, just wanted to do an SDL video as far as a breakdown for the playoffs. I'm not going to do a breakdown of all the teams because it's the SDL and it's the league I'm in, and a bit pointless really. I'm not the admin for the SDL, so pointless doing. But I will walk through the playoff a little bit and kind of get a feel for the teams going in and kind of what I think my odds are, but also what are the odds of the other people that are in the playoffs. Why? It's something to do. It is morning. All of the Americans are asleep, so it's me alone in the Discord. So I may as well make myself useful. I've already filled in some stats, so I may as well do this as well. So obviously, Root beat Luke 2-1. Two really close games actually. I figured they were going to be a bit more one-sided than they actually were. I think Luke made a really good show of himself, and I think then Luke played a game against, was it Red? It might have been Red, and I think he beat Red like 9-1. So, unfortunately, he hit that type of match, you know, after the playoffs. But Root winning, I don't think is a huge surprise. But I think Luke put up a really good fight, so you do love to see that. Definitely want to look out for next season. Backyard quarters, HM versus ASD is going to be really close. Let's have a look at their teams. I'm versing whoever is the winner of this, I think. Not necessarily. Hang on. Yes, necessarily. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, I'm versing whoever the winner of this is. So, ASD, Zenon, Sally, Joan, Sonia, Mo, Nan, Kenny, Mickey, and John E. I mean, there's a lot of power, but there's a lot of inconsistent power, like Sally and Joan ain't really consistent home run scorers. Although Joan's got 10 home runs, so Joan's got more home runs than Zenon apparently, so that's, I mean, that's pretty impressive, I'm not going to lie. Why was she not getting walked? But fair enough, definitely walking that one. I assume the batting order, all three of these are going to be in a war, but quite frankly, I think I'd bat against Sally and not bat against Joan. Like, I'd walk Joan, because that's a free double right there. 4 speed. HM, Susan, Jane, the Webbers, Tanya, Rachel. So the thing about HM is he's got really good, like, he can read pitches really well. He's a really good contact hitter. But I feel like ASD's is a lot stronger power-wise. Now, if we go to the playoff bracket, what are we playing on? Steel. Then we're going to Playground, then we're back on Steel. I feel like Steel is very power hitter friendly, and I think ASD would kind of thrive on that type of pitch with what we've got here. Assuming he can get those contact hits off with Jordan and Sally, but I feel like ASD wins, and then I versus ASD. But we'll get to that because we've got some other games to look at yet. Big Red v Matty. Now, I'd honestly say this seems like it would be Matty all day long, but I haven't played Wed in a long time. I haven't played Wed since pre-season. I think I've played him in pre-season, but that was even before the draft, I think. Let's have a look at the teams. So if I look at Matty, Lindsay, Vlad, Brenda, Sully, Carlos, Dante. See, the problem I have with this team is it looks really weak. The problem is, it is also Matty, and Matty is kind of insane. I would rather verse anyone else in that quarterfinal than verse Matty. I versed Matty in a scrim yesterday, actually, but we'll talk about that. But it was not close. It wasn't close enough that I left, which I don't do very often. Which again we'll get to. But safe to say it did not go well in my favour. But Lindsay's great. Vlad, I don't rate Vlad that highly, but he clearly is. He clearly does have a lot going for him. Brenda, just good all-rounder. Sully. Carlos, Dante, Perry. I mean, this is where, to me, it just feels a bit mid. This area here feels a bit mid. It's like Carlos, Dante, Perry. Compared to Red, Mike, Ernie, Cowan. I mean, I'm putting Mike over Carlos. It's Ernie on Steel, so I'm putting Ernie over Dante. Are they playing on Parks, though, or are they playing on Steel? They are playing on, once I find the right thing. Okay, they're playing on Parks. Yeah, see, that's a bit more interesting. Because I think it's a lot closer now. Matty has Perry, and Matty's not a bad... There's nobody here who I would say is a bad contact hitter. That's why they're in the playoffs, right? But Matty, I feel, is just a really good contact hitter. So I feel like the low contact he has on like people like Perry, it's not the biggest deal in the world. Jose Keisha. I mean, Lindsay's clearly better than Keisha. But is Lindsay better than Keisha enough that I would literally say I would put Keisha over getting Jose and Keisha? Because Matty has Vlad. For me, Vlad can rumble with Keisha. I think Keisha's better, but I think it's close enough that I could do that. And then it's like Jose and Lindsay is much better than Jose is. The arm is insane. Tony and Jeff. I think maybe with the exception of Mikey, that's the two best backyard pros in the game. Arm-wise. I mean, Matty doesn't have a lot of... I'm honestly looking at Matty's team and I'm like, how did I lose so badly? Because this team does not seem... It just doesn't seem great. The more I look at teams like this, the more I think I just had a really bad swim yesterday. We'll get to it. we'll get to it. So this is the thing, right? Ultimately, what this comes down to is I think Matty is the better coach. I think Red has the better team. Lindsay aside, and that's a phone call. Give me a second. Yeah, fair enough. Right, so Red v Matty. So what was I saying? Yes, I think Matty is probably the better coach of the two, but I think Red has the better team. If I look at... We're going to be at Steel. I think the fact that we... No, we're not on Parks. The fact that we are on Parks might push Matty to win over Red, because Ernie's not going to have the buff. Randolph is terrible. Does Matty have anyone who's actually terrible? I mean, Diana's bad, but she's also 5 speed, and she has a good eye. Yeah, I think I'd give it a Matty. I think it's got... This is a 2-1 all day long. They might have already played a game, actually. I can't remember. And I'm not going to check, because I'm just going to make the prediction now. And when I go back, I'll be like, oh, turns out, yeah, I was right. I think they've already played 2 games, so I can't remember what the score was. So, yeah, I'm just going to say 2-1. I think Matty takes it on Parks. I think his team's better. No, sorry. I think Red's team's better, but I think Matty, with Red not having the Ernie buff, I think Matty should be able to close it out, in theory. Yeah, let's go with that. Alright. So, next is Yuho versus Char. This is very interesting. This would be a hell of a fall if Yuho beats Char, because Char has been going on relentlessly for the last couple of days about knocking out SDL Warp members. By the way, just for the record, between the SDL Warp and SDL America, there's only one player that didn't make the playoffs, and it's an SDL America person. Okay, so good. Right, Yuho versus Char. Let's have a look. To be fair, did you see Russell's team? I loved it. I mean, it cared not. It really cared not. The amount of power on our team was insane. On entertainment value, I think Russell's already won. A moral victory. I think Russell's won on that one. Wait. Yuho and Char. Right, so Yuho... Let's go Char. Let's go Char first. It's closer. Right, Sammy, Kathy, Rachel, Gwen, Fernando, Donald, Betty, Kurt, Artie. Why is Fernando Diaz round 5? Donald Vogel is better than Fernando Diaz. I don't know. I don't know what's happened there. I don't like this team either. I mean, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it per se, but it's so all-in-y. Like Rachel is all in, Betty's all in, Kurt's all in because he's got no power. So Kurt's he's just sitting there. He's a stumpy Kurt. Like, it's such an all-in team. Gwen's got no eye and no contact. Caffey's got no eye and no contact. I don't like this team, but listen, Charles 11-3, so say whatever you like. He's winning with this team, and that's kind of the most important thing. Looking at Yuho, Jessica, Davy, Parker, Matty, Jacinda, Whitney, Vic, Mary, Vanessa. I have versus this team. I beat them 2-1. I mean, he's got a lot more contact and a lot more. Yeah, he's got the contact and the eye on people that ain't huge hitters, but like Jessica's fine. Davy's got enough contact. Davy's fine. Even Parker, like his eye is good enough that comparing Parker to say Rachel has an 83 eye. Never mind then. I mean, the eye is a big thing, I'm not going to lie. Okay, that actually is kind of important, I'm not going to lie. And that much coordination. Oh, she's going to be a nightmare in the field. She has no right to be as good as she is in the field, but you know what? She does have 1 attention, though. So she should be a foul machine, in theory. An 11 aggression. I said foul machine, I mean error machine, obviously, but... Out of these two, who do I think is the better coach? I think it's close. I think Yuho has... Do I think Yuho has the better team? Caffey's a nightmare, I'm not going to lie. Caffey... Yuho could win this. But with that being said, I'll give slight favour to Char. But... yeah, I'll give slight favour to Char, but I'm saying 2-1. If we go by form, I think that kind of decides it for me, because it is really close. But I think Char 2-1, I think. Sandy's interesting. Are we on Sandy? We're not on Sandy. Right, if we were on Sandy, I might even go Yuho. But the fact that we're starting on Playgrounds... I hate Playgrounds. I hate Playgrounds so much. Yeah, we'll go Char. We'll go Char 2-1. Right, so that would take us to the backyard. Root v Pickle. I'm going to let you all in on a secret. It's not a secret because I'm literally telling you here in a video that I'm literally going to be sharing. But I think Root could make the World Series. Root always has my number. It seems I get situations. I get in situations where I get plenty of ones, or the possibility to get plenty of ones, but it just doesn't seem to work when I verse Root. It just always has my number. I could have had. I want the world to know this because I think Char's the only one who saw it. I could have had a Grand Slam with PJ Sharif. It was on the line, and the computer didn't allow it. The AI, the game, didn't allow it. If I scored a Grand Slam with PJ Sharif, I would have launched off my chair. All you'll be able to see is my legs from the ceiling. Anyway, Root Pickle. I believe Root's team is actually really good. It's fine. No, actually, no. I take that back. That's a lot of eye on 100 power batters. Even with Contact being so bad. The problem with Contact is it's so forgiving if you're just good at weeding. And you're just good at guessing where the pitch is going to be. Root, I think, has that. I think a lot of the SDL players have that. I think the majority of the SDL players that are currently in the playoffs have better reading ability than I do. However, I do rely a lot more on Contact. Zoe's a great all-rounder. Francis is a great all-rounder too. Wing's fine. Vincent, Paco. I really like this team. Angela, if Angela gasses out, he's in a lot of trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. Is he going to gas out against Pickle? He might. If Pickle can just deny the strikeouts, gas out Angela, that leaves him with Paco, who has 10 arm. Or Wing. Wing only has 25. Paco only has 29. You could gas Root out in theory. Let's have a go Pickle's team. I mean, Claudia and Kate are great all-rounders too. Cheryl is better than Tonya by some way. Star, Holly, Jason. I think Pickle has a better team. Not by a lot. It's close. But I think Pickle does have the better team. I think I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to go a little bit insane, a little bit wild. I'm going to 2-0 for Pickle. And that is a boom. Yeah. I'm going to go 2-0 Pickle. What are they playing on? Big City. Honestly, I think that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, I think I'm going to go 2-0 Pickle. I've changed my mind. Right, next up is me versus... I said ASD is probably going to win that one. So it's me and ASD. Right. Let me sit up. Right, so I'm going to be real. My form over the past, I don't know, like 2 weeks has been the worst form I've ever been in. Ever. In Backyard. And that includes when I first started. I feel like I was better when I first started than I am right now. I don't know what's happened, but Chico cannot hit a ball. And if we go to my team, Chico, 95 contact, 91 eye, 95 power. He is spiking the floor like 8 times out of 10. And times he isn't spiking the floor, he's just elevator ball in it every single time. Debbie basically is doing the same. The only consistent hitter I seem to have these days is Timmy, and Timmy just doesn't have the power to really make anything work. I did some scrims yesterday. I don't scrim because I feel like I don't play well when I scrim for some reason. It was no exception yesterday, but yesterday was the absolute worst. I played 5 scrims, which I don't. I usually play 1 scrim and then don't scrim again for like 3 weeks. I played 5 scrims yesterday. Lost all 5. I don't think I scored a 1. Now that I look at it, and I recorded some of the games, and I won't be uploading them because I was all in my feelings. I don't think I scored a 1 in any of them. I left the Matty game because there was so much errors. Just nobody wanted to play a ball. Everything that could go wrong was going wrong. It was the ball was bouncing off everyone I was passing to. It's something's going wrong. Anyway, it was like 5-0 to Matty after it was like the bottom of the second or something like that. And with the way it was going, we're well into the double figures. Matty would have won that. So I was like, yeah, I'm good. Wherever is supposed to be happening, usually when I play my teams, because I'm 11-3. My decision making isn't. I don't feel like my decision making is bad, but I don't know. Something is not clicking. But I really like my team. I really like my team. PJ is a nightmare. PJ is starting to annoy me because PJ is funny because PJ has 90 coordination, 77 attention. His eyes, alright, his eye's not great, right? He's got 33 eye, right? But this guy, I've just broke the I've just broke the don't tell HC I broke it. 77 attention. He cannot catch a ball to save his life. The match against Matty was gross. But yeah, I went 0-5 in those scrims. I don't think I scored a single one. 2 of the games I lost against were against little leaguers, who I had no reason to lose against. Not because they're bad, by the way, and I want to clarify that. People are going to think, seeing him, thinking he's like miles better than all the little leaguers. No, I don't mean like that. What I mean by that is that while the little leagues I versed are all in the playoffs, so they are mid-table SDL, could be playoff SDL, by next season quite easily. I really should be making more of a fight against them than I did. The fact that I've scored 0-1s in 5 games is a huge problem. Is odd. With Chico and Debbie and Alicia, scoring 0-1s is just odd. It's one of them because I feel like it's so easy to blame RNG. But after 5 games, can you still blame RNG after 5 games? At that point, you have to think, I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what it is, but I'm doing something wrong. You have to hit the ball. Cheers. Appreciate it. Right. Let's have a look at ASD's team again. Zenon, Sally, Joan. See, these two shouldn't scare me. I go into matches against people, these type of like all-in players, and I just think I'm just gonna walk Joan. Sally isn't gonna hit the ball. Zenon's an issue, but Zenon's always an issue. Zenon gets walked. Joan gets walked. Sally I'll bat against because I'm not convinced Sally will be able to hit the ball. Sonia's good. Mo's good. If I was in any other form, I feel like I win this. Like, did I verse? Yeah, I lost 5-6. I won 5-6 against ASD in week 2. I feel like I can 2-0 ASD, but with my form as it is at the moment, what field are we playing on? Big City. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm not convinced. ASD could 2-0 me very easily on the basis that I'm not performing. The good thing is, because I'm already in the semis, because I got the first place in the actual regular season, it's already an improvement on the Little League last season, so I'm happy regardless, but I don't want to go out like this. I don't want to go out on like no ones, constant errors, Chico just spiking the floor. I need to get out of this slump. Quick. I'm going to say 2-0 me. But if I'm anything like I've been in the past couple of weeks, quite frankly, with the way I'm playing right now, quite frankly, I'm lucky to be in the playoffs. Never mind be at this stage, if we're basing it off the last 2 weeks. But I'll back myself. But I need to get back in a decent form, and it needs to be now. Right, Rupa versus, I think I did say Matty, didn't I? So Rupa versus Matty. Let's have a look. Rupa. There we are. Marcellus, Emily, Amanda, Jason, Nikki, Ingrid, Jordan, Olive, and Laura. So decent arm. Marcellus, he's not one trick. I think that's a little harsh to call Marcellus a one trick, but he's a little underwhelming. He's on Tin Can. which is interesting. Jason, Amanda. Jason's a good all-rounder. A little underwhelming, but a good all-rounder. Emily's great. He could gas, though. Against Matty. I'm just not sure about this part. Whooper did beat Matty 4-1 in week 4. Whooper's definitely one to look out for, because Whooper... It's funny, because the SDL and SDL America, we've constantly been like, you know, a little back and forths in the Discord chat. Whooper has stayed silent near the entire time. Matty stayed really quiet throughout the entire time. And I rate it highly, because the chance of them winning this entire thing, and this whole SDL Warp, SDL America thing being for nothing... It's actually pretty high. It's actually pretty high. Whooper Uno could win it pretty comfortably. Matty's really good defensively. But with this team, I'm going to say 2-1. I'm going to give it to Whooper. I'm going to go Whooper 2-1. Why not? Then, we'll go with what I originally said. We'll go with Char. Char versus Uno. Uno has put the fear. Let's have a look at Uno. Right, let's really have a look at Uno's team, right? Because Uno has put the fear in everyone. Absolutely everyone. And it's a good team, right? It's a good team. It's a fast team, more importantly. But it's very beatable. Right, Horace can't defend. Sheila can't defend. Cindy is fine sticking in the outfield with that eye and that coordination, but you have two people who can't defend. Grace can't recover if she does in the hours. Anna and Yvonne, decent all-rounders. Maynard is incredibly annoying. In the same way that... who does Char have? Is it Dawn? No, it's not Dawn. It's... I'm pretty sure we're talking about Char here. Char... Kathy. That's what I'm thinking of. Really annoying. Just that, like, grounder, get him on base type player. Really annoying to deal with. But again, defensively, not great. Has the arm, but... this team is very beatable. I mean, I lost 4-1 against Uno, but I kind of sabotaged two of those ones myself. It was beatable. It was very beatable. I made a stupid decision and didn't walk Jay. I'd rather verse Uno than Matty. I'd rather verse Uno than Woot. Against Char's team. Is Char versus Uno? Yeah, he lost 2-3 to Uno. Char has a good amount of arm. And it's quite accurate arm too. Rachel and Betty are a problem. So's Artie. But you need to stick Artie in the outfield. You need to stick Rachel in the outfield. What do I go with? I think I go, like, I tell you what, we'll go with Uno 2-0. What are we playing on? It's Dirt Yards. Yeah, it's Dirt Yards. Yeah, it's Uno 2-0. I think Dirt Yards with that speed, with a team of people who can all do decent grounders. Horace is offensively. Horace is fantastic. I loved Horace. I just needed to tighten up the defense a bit. He's built for somewhere like dirt. Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-0 Uno. So that would take me against Pickle. I've beat Pickle already, and again, me completely comes down to form. Because right now, I couldn't beat Pickle or Boom. I am beating no one. But if I play like I can, I can beat Pickle again. What is it? Big City, Parks, Big City. Yeah, I mean, I can beat Pickle again. This is another team that is very beatable. My team is very beatable, but I have a lot of safety in the fact that I have a lot of contact on my team. I can beat Pickle again. I think I'll go 2-1. I don't think I'd 2-0 Pickle, but I think I can 2-1 Pickle. Now, if that's the case, I'm talking about World Series, where it's me versus Uno. Form dependent on me getting absolutely battered by ASD in the semis. I beat Uno on Parks. Can I find out where Week 14 was played? I don't think there's a way that I can find that out, is there? Was I home? Well, I lost, so that means Uno was home. No, it isn't. I was home. Yeah, so that was on Parks too. Damn. On dirt. I mean, he could make pretty light work of my team on dirt. Dirt is going to be a huge issue. I actually like playing on dirt, but this team isn't exactly built for dirt, especially with such a low aggression stat. If the ball goes past any of them, none of my team are big speedsters. Chico's the fastest. I'm going to say 3-1 to Uno. But I can take a game off Uno. It's winnable, but on dirt, with dirt being 3 of the 5 games, or at least, game 1 and game 3, I don't see it. Yeah, Uno, 3-1, and I think Uno wins it. I think that's what we'll go with. Right, this is what, nearly 40 minutes long. Whatever happens, we've had a hell of a season. There's been some absolutely great games. There's some great games here. It'll be interesting if I get absolutely smashed by ASD, and it's ASD versus Pickle. Pickle, I think, could get to the World Series, because I think Pickle beats ASD. But again, I don't think Pickle on dirt can beat Uno. I think Uno has had a god draft, and he's been traded a lot of decent people. But he's beatable. He's beatable. And people need to stop talking like he's not beatable, because I swear whenever people mention Uno, all they mention is like, oh, he's been traded all the best players. Oh, he's going to be immaculate. His ground's going to be immaculate. It's going to be impossible to make any progress against Uno. It's like his team is defensively pretty mid. Defensively, there's a lot of issues with Uno's team. It just needs exploiting. Right. We are 40 minutes in. I think I'll go ahead and end it there. The SDL chat can now whip me to shreds on my predictions, whether you agree with them or not. Yeah, right. Thanks for watching.